Oh,
Salam
alaikum. Hey, this is Hassan Naila. We are that clay couple.
You gonna tell them what we talk about?
Relationship randomness, and we're gonna call it?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about today.
Okay.
Today we are talking about relationship randomness. What does that mean? It means that we get a lot of stuff.
Right, we get a lot of stuff that come in. There's a lot of things that we don't get to address. And we want to address a few of them tonight. And
they're not really even connected. They're just random stuff that you really could prevent from happening.
I mean, some things that you can stay clear and really not overthinking, because a lot of times we get caught in the thing of just overthinking.
Like, what should I do? You know what? I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to add that to the thing, because women, we do that.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, where are you going to start?
All right. Well, I'm going to start here because here's one of the issues that I've been getting lately. It's people trying to solve their issues in the bed.
What you talking about?
I mean, they trying to have sex and thinking they can solve their issues.
There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, something wrong because they're not solving the issue at all. They really not avoiding the issue. For instance, got a young couple.
Mm-hmm.
They going through some things about their parent, how they want to parent the kids or how they want to do something about the kids. They was up for like a couple of hours just arguing.
Mm-hmm.
And so one of them finally got tired.
He wore down.
Yeah, just got tired. She just got tired of listening to him. And so
you get tired of arguing. You can get tired of arguing.
Right. And
me, I hold out, y'all. I hold out.
So
I'm down for mine.
So anyway, they were arguing, and so what happens is she like, okay, I hear you, and so after that, he thinking now that they're okay because she's no longer saying anything. Now he want to get comfy and cozy.
Okay.
He want to ease all up next to it and be trying to touch on and trying to do this, and next thing you know, he got the
doing the shoulder tap.
The tap. Y'all remember that tap?
Right. And the Sealy Posturepedic does not solve your marriage issues.
It doesn't.
And in that situation that you're talking about, really, when you try to use sex to solve it, what happened with this particular couple, you keep having more babies.
Right. And you have more babies and you complicate the matter.
Because you don't resolve your parenting issue. And so that really is it. And we think that because the sex it feels good and because that's the area that,
that's the go-to move. Everybody got that go-to move. It's a picture, he's winding up on the mound. He got the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. And he going to throw that fastball at just about every other pitch. Because that's the pitch that he had.
Right.
So in this instance here, they figure, okay, we okay.
So he gonna throw his famous pitch.
He gonna throw his pitch.
And think she gonna catch it.
And think she gonna be all right with it.
But see, she throw right there.
Yeah. Well, but sometimes it
works.
Right? No, it doesn't really work because she just caves in and gives in or whatever the case may be because it's a husband. Mm-hmm. Or it can be reversed. She can be the one who actually say, let's get in bed. Let's just hug up. Oh, baby, baby, you know how you be trying to trick me. I mean, how you be doing me sometimes, right? And so, it'd be like one of those things where they both rely on sex to solve an issue. They don't get out of bed. They don't talk about the issue. They don't try to get help to how to negotiate the issue. Mm-hmm. They just think, okay, now that we done had sex, now that we done made love or whatever it is that they want to do, we're okay.
Right. And because, many of the couples that we work with, they have some very, very serious issues. Mm-hmm. Many of our couples, they're not coming to us with, well, we can't agree on date night. Mm-hmm. Many of them don't have intimacy issues. And if they do, it's usually a sexual
deviance type of situation.
Right. So we're talking about some very intense issues. And that's okay. That's what we're here for. That's what we want to be here for. But when you're using sex because that's your good area. That's
right.
the area.
That's when we connect.
Yeah,
That's when we communicate.
connect.
We communicate. We communicate. I'm talking to you, girl. You know.
Stop.
Oh.
Just stop.
You know.
But when that becomes your default, what really happens is that people will say, we have a communication issue, and I'm going to talk about that. It goes to another area. You really don't have a communication issue, folks. We have people who have problem-solving issues.
Right.
All right, good to see you, Sabah. Hello, Sharon, Amina, and Cheryl, and Mecca. Hi, Sherry, and please invite other people. But what you really have here is a problem-solving issue. All right, so, y'all, we think that I'm grown, and just by age, that somehow or another, we're going to know how to solve problems. Right. And, you know, when they're coming to us, they're not coming to us because Layla and Hassan, we want you to mediate this. And that happens. We really do have people who come in, they got a quick issue, and they're gone. That's great. We don't see those often. Right. But that does happen. But we want to tell you, there's some things that you got to do that you really don't even need to come to us for. Assalamu alaikum, Cheryl. There are things that you really don't even need to come to us for. And that is when your spouse comes to you with something about a conflict, you don't have to agree. I do not have to agree with what Hassan says when he tells me he doesn't like something about me. But because he is my husband, because he is my Muslim brother, I have a duty to respond to him, just like I would anyone else. And it's not, because this first, that's not true. That's not true.
Right. That ain't me.
That's not.
I ain't wearing that.
No, that's what you said.
I ain't wearing that.
I don't care if you can wear it. You can walk around nude if you want to. What I am saying is true for me. You do not have to agree. Next, look at what your role might be. Even if you don't agree, you have a role in it. What's your role? At that point, not agreeing, that is a role. You are contributing to the problem, but not even addressing it. This is such a big issue that y'all really could handle on your own. You wouldn't even need to come to us.
Well, you might need to come to us so we can teach you this. You know?
Well, that's true. Right. Because what we're saying is very, very basic. There are lots of steps in between this, and we also realize that many times we got some personality stuff, y'all, that just won't let us do it. You know what? There's a few of us who's just, what's mom is stubborn as a mule, you know, or defensive, or there are even those of us who are vulnerable and who just accept whatever fault it is. I did it. I did it. I did it. That doesn't work either. You did everything.
Right. Exactly.
Which means if you accept all these roles for having done everything, now you've also taken on the role of fixing everything. This is ridiculous. No one can do that. The other thing is, after you admit, all right, I got a role in this. What do you think you say? You got a nickel in this?
Yeah,
yes, you got a nickel in this dime. Know what your options are. But this is the problem. I know what our options are. We can do option A, we can do option B, we can do the option C. People will agree to one of them or more and won't do none. Why? Because you really didn't buy into any of them to start with. You were just agreeing so somebody would shut up.
Exactly.
And so now you agreed because you wanted me to shut up, but I'm holding you accountable
for what we just agreed on.
Right, and now I'm mad. I mean, like pissed because you're not showing up.
Right, because I had no buy-in in the first place because I just want you to shut up.
Right, and now I'm going to call you deceitful.
I want you to be quiet.
Be quiet.
Be quiet.
Now I'm going to start calling you a couple of other things.
Right.
I'm going to then people start calling names.
Right.
Name
right.
Like, now you're a liar. Now you're deceitful.
Now you're deceitful. Now you're manipulative.
Yes, all these other things. All because you didn't follow through with your own commitment.
Right.
Now.
No, what you committed to, what you said you committed to me to, because it's not really my own commitment. It's really the options that's been laid out. But again, because I want you to be quiet, I said, okay, whatever you say, dear.
Oh my God. And he says that too. I can't stand it. Because when he says, whatever you say, dear, I know he's just being sarcastic and he doesn't mean it.
All right, darling. You know,
but you know what? I'll hold him accountable.
It's still, right? So I know that.
So quit playing.
Right.
Quit playing. If you don't mean it, quit playing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one, I want to point this out because it goes back to what you just said. Ladies, there's something I need for us to quit doing. Especially, this happens in marriage, and I see how it gets you at risk, especially before marriage. There's an issue with a man, you don't know what it is. I don't know why he's never on time. I don't know why he doesn't follow through when he calls, when he says he's going to call. I don't know why I haven't heard from him in 2 weeks. I don't know what it is. And you don't try to find out what it is. But because you don't know, you accept the behavior. Well, why haven't you heard from him in 2 weeks? I don't know. But he called today. So did you ask him what happened? Was he comatose?
Right.
Was he in a car wreck? Did he break his fingernail? What happened to him? And so what we do very often, and I'm not saying this is specific only to my sisters, because men can do this also. When you don't know, it doesn't mean that you have to know the reason behind it. If you know that it is not for your good, if you know that it mistreats you, if you know that it is disrespectful, and it happens multiple times, let it go. You don't need to find out the root of the tree. Oh, you see the dead branches.
Okay.
You see the dead branches. Okay. I don't need to know what's at the root of it.
Right.
That will have you rotting internally.
Right.
And I see this so much because, and you excuse it away because, well, I don't know what happened. Well, I don't know why she did this. I don't know why she keeps cussing at me like this all the time. And even though I'm chuckling, this is real stuff.
Right. Because I sit there and told the person, just last night, look, if it looks like a duck.
You said it today too.
It quacks like a duck. It walks like a duck. Okay, it's a duck. All right. Recognize it for what it is. Quit trying to excuse it away. Quit trying to make excuses for it. I mean, I'm all with, giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. But look, sometimes the benefit of the doubt, when you give it, it's a lie. It's really a lie. And you don't need to be lying. Because you wouldn't want anybody to lie to you. So why would you lie to you? That makes any sense?
But that's true, because that same situation that you're talking about, the person was saying, I'm feeling very apologetic because I haven't been honest with other people with how bad my relationship is. And my response to that is, you haven't lied to no one except yourself.
Exactly.
That's your relationship that you sitting over there on the lie stool with.
Okay.
You haven't, whatever truth that you don't give to me, you know what it is. I never have to live your truth.
Exactly.
And so when that duck is standing in front of you and you wondering, is that duck sauce?
Right.
You don't need to send it out to Ancestry.com to find out if it is genetically a duck.
All right.
It's quacking duck-like.
Okay.
It looks duckish.
Okay.
Let it go.
Okay.
You do not have to fully understand it. When it looks a certain way, repeatedly walk away.
Right.
And this is where we struggle, that walking away part.
Exactly.
Because we're looking for a reason to stand in a position that is so shaky. When in truth, you do know the truth.
Exactly.
If you admitted the truth, you would run. You would run and you would save yourself.
That makes perfect sense to me. I think we got one more. What you think?
Yeah, the blended family.
Yes.
Blended families, and people ask us about what do we do about blended families often. The first thing I want to tell y'all is blended families, they don't blend themselves.
Right.
You know, if I were to make a cake, I would need to, stir it.
Right.
Stir it.
Right.
Stir it.
I need to get to make sure the ingredients are there and the ingredients are right.
Right. And I have to blend it.
Mm-hmm.
And it needs to mix.
Right.
And I have to do this before I put it into the oven. Well, blended families work the same way. And what do I mean? This is what y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want nobody to meet my kids. I don't know about this person.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you meeting my child yet. I don't want that man meeting my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
But then you marry him. If you don't want someone to meet your children, then why would you marry them and try to make a family with them? If I don't want you to meet my mother, trust and believe you are not coming to the cookout. You are not going to meet my mother.
Okay.
Why would I say I don't want you to meet my mother and then I'm going to marry you and now I got to try to hide you from Ava Lee? Y'all don't know Ava Lee. You can't hide nothing from Ava Lee. It's not realistic. And you don't want your families, especially the children, and that's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Specifically the children. You don't want your potential spouse to meet your children before marriage. And then you get together and you want to sit together all at the table.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be family.
Mm-hmm.
And this is going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Because you and I are married now.
Mm-hmm.
And all of these people here, they don't know nothing about each other.
Right.
And you want me to like that woman that you didn't want me to meet, and she's now my stepmother, daddy? Nah, it's not happening, man. I don't care if this child is 4 or if this child is 14. This is not how we introduce. This is not even how you introduce a new food to a child. You take more care in introducing broccoli.
Okay. You know, got the broccoli right. You know, mix
Try
the broccoli or something. Put cheese
it.
on top of it. You know, put it with the child's favorite meal. You know,
try to maybe even cut it into shapes.
Okay.
Trying to make it look appetizing so that the child will eat it. You will introduce food with so much more care than you do.
And flair.
Then you do your husband or your new husband and wife, and you're wondering, oh, what?
What's our problem?
Why?
And then you're gonna say that, well, children are resilient. I hate that.
I know.
I hate that. Children are resilient. The only thing you have to do is tell them what it is, and no.
They're kids. They have to do what it is that you say. Okay? You tell me to show up, and you tell me to sit here beside this person, and because this person is your new husband or wife, okay, I'll sit here. But you sure can't make me love them or like them.
Right.
And you sure cannot change how I feel about you as my parent.
But introduce and put me in this type of situation.
It's so unfair. And you wondering why your family ain't blended? Man, you need to stick with cakes. And leave families alone.
Mm-hmm.
You got anything else for me?
I think that's pretty
Will you have some questions for us? We're going to look and we're going to see who is in the house with us. And we'll take a few questions. Y'all want to ask us something good? Nah, don't go too deep, though.
Yeah, because we say we don't want you overthinking now. We want you to be able to be clear about it, but without overthinking.
Right, so that means you don't want them to make you overthink.
It's don't overthink it,
Okay, so I'm going to go to our page because I can see the comments and questions better here. But if you have something for us, we're willing. We're going to take it. You better get your freebie in now. And see, I gotta mute us. Get your freebie in now. I am so loud. Why do you always let me be so loud?
I don't know. You like it. I love you loud, baby.
Okay. All right. So I don't see any questions so far. All right. So y'all don't sex your way into your relationship. Please work on problem solving. Mm-hmm. Just because we're adults, it isn't automatic. Exactly. And there are so many things that will keep us from problem resolution.
Right. And understand it's not all going to be your way or the highway. You have to come to some type of mutual understanding of what that person needs and what you need.
I mean, he made that sound so flowery, didn't he? Okay, I'm going to break down just a little bit more.
She's breaking it down today.
What that means is, look, it ain't all about you, yo. That in a marriage is here to give you balance. Marriage is here to give you better, to make you better. Marriage is here to challenge you in your discomforts. I always say, if you want to know where your strengths and your weaknesses are, get married. Mm-hmm. Because they're going to be highlighted. And we have so many divorces because we were working with a couple where it is saddening because they're so close to divorce, but it is so, it is so fixable. Mm-hmm. So many of these marriages that get resolved, it is so fixable. Why? Because I don't want to do anything. Mm-hmm. I just want you to do it. Why
I got to work?
Why don't
you the one with the problem?
How? And how is that? How is it that I'm your spouse, but I'm the one with the problem? Because true indeed, I might be. But if I'm your wife, we got a problem. Mm-hmm. If Hassan has a problem, I have one too, because I have a duty to him and he has a duty to me to help each other resolve it. I mean, you got into a marriage to still be team you? Mm-hmm. This is ridiculous. And so, when we talk about, you have to negotiate. I want you to think beyond negotiate. I want you to think beyond your damn self. Mm-hmm. I don't know any other way to say it. This is not about you. There is something that is so much greater. Mm-hmm. And it's that a marriage has such a stronger purpose than just about you. Mm-hmm. And your needs.
And your gratification. So with that, we're going to close now. With that.
Because I got some. You want some apple crisp?
Yeah, for sure. And so.
Offering food. Mama said. Mm-hmm. This is how you make the man happy. I can't give him the secret.
No, they got to pay for that. They got to pay for that.
He said, you got to pay for the secret.
Now, if you want to inbox and get asked for the secret, that's how we do that. If you want
and Mama was married for over 50 years.
All right, if you want to inbox it, and inbox the question.
Oh, man. It's already, it's going. No lie. It's going already. Why you say that, man?
That's what I'm saying. So with that, hey, if you haven't, subscribe to our newsletter on our email list at www.hassanandnaila.com. Of course, share this with someone and
refer your friends.
Refer a friend.
And many of you do, and we appreciate it so much when we hear so-and-so sent us to you, so-and-so told me you could help us, and they're Muslim, and they're non-Muslim, and they're from this country, and they're all over the world. Mm-hmm. And we love the love. We are so grateful. When we say we are grateful, because when Allah loves you, He lets you serve His people.
Exactly.
And we are so grateful for what we get to do. And y'all, you don't know it, but we learn from y'all.
Exactly.
Sometimes some of us, we see ourselves. I'm like, ooh, I do that. Mm-hmm. And I have to check me. Mm-hmm. Because I see myself in front and sitting right in front of me. Mm-hmm. And I see where it can take you. Mm-hmm. And so these reminders, it's beautiful. We appreciate it.
All right. And Midwest, Milwaukee.
We'll be in Milwaukee.
See you on the 15th.
December 15th
and 16th. So we see you at the MIDC. MIDC at Milwaukee Islamic Dawah Center. So we're looking forward to seeing everyone there. If you're in Chicago, you're in Madison, somewhere around the Milwaukee area, please come through.
And we're going to have something for the singles and for the married folks. We ain't leaving nobody
out. How they say, no one left behind.
No, yeah.
So with that,
no child left behind. No grown folks.
No grown folks left behind.
behind.
All right? So inshallah, with that, we're gonna close. So
Thank you.
thank you.
Assalamu alaikum.